The SCP Foundation discovered one of its own facilities abandoned in the middle of nowhere. There was only one problem. According to every official record, Site-13 never existed. No blueprints, no construction logs, just a decaying structure buried in the desert, as if someone had tried to erase it from history. And yet, deep inside the facility, emergency lights were still flickering, like something down there was waiting for them to return. In the middle of Big Bend Ranch State Park in Texas, the SCP Foundation discovered something that should not exist: an abandoned Foundation facility. Its walls were marked with the name Site-13. But according to every official record, Site-13 was never built. It was planned for Alaska, then canceled. No staff, no containment wings, no underground levels. And yet, there it was. A massive complex rotting in the desert, surrounded by dead silence, broken power systems, and warning messages written throughout the lower levels. Danger. Death here. Not my body. Bleed. But one phrase appeared again and again. What happened to Site-13? When exploration teams entered the facility, they found the containment systems had failed long ago. The deeper they went, the worse it became. The 2nd through 15th basement levels had once been used to contain anomalous entities, but now those entities were loose. Some were biological, some were cognitohazardous, some were never fully identified. The facility itself seemed wrong, like it had been pulled from another history and dropped into ours. Documents inside claimed this was really Site-13, a Foundation facility that had operated for years, but none of that matched the Foundation's reality. The layout didn't match. The staff records didn't match. Even the anomalies inside didn't match what the Foundation knew. Site-13 had suffered a catastrophic breach. Something inside had escaped during testing. The on-site nuclear device failed. Life support stayed online, but electrical systems, flood controls, and containment systems began collapsing one by one. And then something called the Thresher Protocol was activated. Exploration teams kept pushing deeper, searching for survivors trapped somewhere in the basement levels. But the facility was filled with things that wore people's bodies, things that crawled inside victims, and messages that could damage the mind just by being read. Every team that entered Site-13 found more questions. Why was it in Texas? Why did it contain records from a Foundation that never existed? And why did the people inside seem to know something had gone horribly wrong with reality itself? Eventually, the Foundation learned Site-13 may not have come from our world at all. It may have been torn out of another version of the Foundation, one that made different choices, built different sites, contained different horrors, and paid the price for it. One of the most disturbing parts is that Site-13 wasn't just abandoned, it was still active. Something inside was still moving, still waiting, and whatever happened there was bad enough that even the Foundation's own records couldn't fully explain it. So the question remains, what happened to Site-13? And perhaps the better question is, what if it happens again?